How to stop yo-yo dieting, how to stop the cycle of yo-yo dieting, and that's what we'll be looking at in today's video. My name is Max, and I help busy professionals to lose weight and feel good about themselves. So, yo-yo dieting, what is it? In today's world, there is so many diet plans, diet programs, just littered throughout the internet, or a lot of different companies promoting different ways to diet. And unfortunately, the word diet, if we look at it from this perspective, usually means calorie restriction. Okay, so that means that, for example, you're doing some sort of diet, keto diet, Atkins diet, whatever, and usually it means, even the word itself, it means that there will be some sort of restrictions, calorie restrictions or otherwise. So now that we have that covered, when you yo-yo diet, what that means is you follow the plan, right? So you're on a diet plan, on a meal plan of some sort, and then you're restricting calories most of the time, right? That's usually about 90% of all the programs. There's intermittent fasting, all this stuff, and that means that when you do that, when you have calorie restriction and you follow this plan for a week, couple of weeks, then the urgency to eat, actually, to, you know, because you've been restricting calories, your hormones usually drop. I mean, they do drop when you do that, when you undereat, when you're not satiated, when you're not full, right? It's easier to understand. Then the hormones will plummet. So the body needs to compensate, so it goes into the compensation mode, and then you begin to eat again. And usually it's junk foods, but even if it's not, and now that you've trained your body in this kind of starvation mode, right? You're starving, or that's an extreme term, but you understand what I mean, right? When you are under eating, you put the body under a lot of stress. Let's just put it that way, right? So that means eventually you will go back to eating enough, and then the body will treat that as a signal to store fat, right? To store fat, because now that all of a sudden, oh, I'm getting all the nutrients, I'm getting all my vitamins, I'm being satiated. So naturally, the body responds in a way to store body fat, and that's the cycle, right? Restrict calories, your hormones plummet, hormones go down, they destabilize completely, right? You get anxiety, you're a bad mood, you're short with others around you, especially if you're working in a stressful job as a busy professional. You know, you need to perform at your highest level, and at the same there is this diet that now you have to follow, right? So obviously the yo-yo dieting can be very counterproductive. And so because that's the reason, the initial reason is calorie restriction. Like, the word diet is calorie restriction. It's kind of a synonym. They go hand in hand. It's like they're parallel, right? To avoid that, so how do you stop this yo-yo dieting effect? Maybe you've been doing it for a year, maybe you've been doing it for several years. You can lose weight this way, but it won't last long term. The result will not be long term. And obviously, as I said, the quality of life can and will most likely suffer, right? So to avoid that, it's very simple. Eat enough, and don't do diets. Do not do diets, right? Any diets, by that I mean, of course, follow a healthy lifestyle, healthy, like a meal plan, but when it comes to actually dieting, don't do that, right? Because, as I said, it leads to this yo-yo effect. Also, stay hydrated, right? Plenty of water, plenty of rest to reduce your cortisol levels. Cortisol responsible for belly fat. And yeah, get enough rest, get enough sleep, stay hydrated, and eat enough calories. So that's pretty straightforward. That is how you stop the yo-yo dieting. My advice, don't listen to advice of those that tell you, okay, yeah, now you have to do like 1200 calorie day diets, now you have to do you restrict your calories, because that will never work. There is a study that by WHO that says, as an adult male, you need to eat at least 2400 calories a day to be more or less satiated. And that doesn't take into account some of your busy lifestyle as a busy professional, right? So that's for men. For women, it's somewhere around 200 calories, 2,200 calories. And so yeah, that's how it is. That's how you stop the yo-yo dieting. That's how you get back on track and get control of your weight once and for all. Take care.